Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 6 o'clock news starts now.
And good evening on your Sunday. I'm Jarvis Robertson. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm here with meteorologist Bob Trihey for a quick look at your forecast to kick things off. How's it looking out there?
Well, it's getting colder. You know, we have a lot of clouds. Oh, come on, Jarvis. It's December. You know, it can't be 65 all the time. That's coming. Don't worry. But today we are looking at the colder conditions. And we missed out on that beautiful full moon last night, the last full moon of the year. The cold moon, but I think I'll have a chance to see it as we go into tonight as things start to clear out. But just one last day for fall before winter arrives, and that will be on your Tuesday. So one more day of fall, and then we have the shortest day of the year on Tuesday. Our high temperatures today actually occurred earlier in the day. Really much of the day we were in the 50s, but we did hit 64 earlier this morning in Greenville, 62 Anderson, with 63 in Greenwood and Newberry, but a cooler 56 in Asheville as cold air is now making its way into the mountains and eventually spilling into the upstate. But looking at us outside, still a lot in the way of clouds still going on. So it's going to take a little while to get rid of these clouds. In fact, I think we keep it partly cloudy for the upstate, but clearing out in the mountains. And it's getting cold now into the mountains. You can see all this blue up here. Asheville and Hendersonville at 41, already 36 in Waynesville, 41 in Brevard. The cold air has yet to move into the upstate, but eventually it'll just ooze into the upstate as we go through the overnight. So it's going to get cold. 53 in Greenville and 51 in Lawrence right now. And to add to the chill is this wind coming in out of the northeast at around 6 to 12 miles per hour. It'll start to weaken as we go through this evening, but bundle up because it's going to be cold and breezy as we go through the evening. We have a lot of clouds, maybe a few little sprinkles going on across the upstate, maybe some snow flurries across the higher peaks, but that's about it. We have high pressure building in from the west. Low pressure, actually a cold front, I should say, is now moving offshore, taking the rain along with it. In the meantime, we have cold high pressure building in from the west. In fact, 3 areas of high pressure lined up from the northeast into Texas, and that'll keep our weather nice in the next several days. So for this evening, still a lot of clouds. Can't rule out a sprinkle, but note how the clouds start to dwindle as we go through the overnights. And with the clearing skies, yeah, it's going to get cold. We'll have a chance to see that waning full moon. And as we go through time, Monday, we start to see clouds increasing from the south because we're watching an area of low pressure developing across the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to move across the Florida Peninsula and off to our south. And sometimes that position is favorable for snow. We just don't have enough cold air around. But we're going to see a lot of rain along the coast through Monday and Tuesday. And I think south of I-85, a chance of showers as we go into Tuesday, but the heavier rain into the Midlands, into the low country. So the farther south you go, the wetter you're going to get. And as we go into your Wednesday, Christmas week, we're going to start to warm things up with high pressure. We move into your Thursday, Christmas Eve, high pressure builds in, and we start to warm it up even more. Christmas Eve is going to be dry, and then we move into Christmas Day, and I think for the most part we're looking at dry conditions. Could be looking at some showers possibly across the mountains as the front comes through. A better chance on Sunday, but it looks like a mild Christmas Day. Tonight, 31, partly cloudy and cold, and for the mountains, you're looking at 25 on your low with mostly clear and cold conditions. 32 early on, increasing clouds through the day for the upstate with a high around 49, so much colder. 26 in the mountains to start, and then 45 as we go into the afternoon. Coming up on the newscast later tonight, I'll have much more on your Christmas Day forecast. It's looking good, and that all-important 7-day as well. Jarvis?
Bob, thank you. All new here at 6, 2 people are dead and 1 injured after a shooting in Bowling Springs. Now, that's according to the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office. Deputies tell us the shooting happened around 6:30 this morning on Homestead Drive. They say Arthur Brandon shot his wife, LaQuanda Brandon, in the right arm and torso area. After shooting her, deputies say he locked himself and their daughter, Myasia Brandon, inside the home. Deputies were called to the home to try and talk him out of the house. However, they got no response. From there, SWAT did enter the home and found Brandon and his daughter both deceased. Also in Spartanburg County, the Sheriff's Office has charged this man, Travis Soulsby, after he allegedly hit 2 people in the head with a meat cleaver. Deputies say they responded to Walker Run Drive Saturday evening for a reported stabbing. After investigating, deputies charged Soulsby with attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Well, new details for you right now about an investigation after a man was found dead in an apartment complex parking lot Saturday. Greenville County deputies tell us they responded to the Ashton Woods apartment right here on Pelham Road just before 5 o'clock Saturday morning after residents reported hearing gunshots. The coroner has identified the victim as Michael Allen. Deputies say they are investigating and asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 23 Crime. Well, upstate deputies have arrested a man in connection to the murder of a missing woman. The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says Timothy Spencer is now charged with murder for the death of Billie Jean Cross after her body was found in Anderson County. Now, the coroner says Cross was found dead in a wooded area off Cumming Springs Road in Star on Tuesday. Although an autopsy was performed yesterday, the coroner has not released the details of that report. Now, we're working to get those results, and we'll let you know once we have an update. Well, a man will spend decades behind bars for sexual acts with minors. Now, the U.S. Attorney says this man, Kayomi Miguel, used Snapchat and other apps to contact at least 15 young girls to get them to send him explicit photos and engage in sex acts in exchange for money. Now, he'll serve a 28-year sentence in prison and could be deported at the end of his sentence. If not, he'll spend the rest of his life as a registered sex offender in the United States. Well, DHEC needs your help finding the owner of a dog that exposed at least 18 people to rabies in Greenville County. Now, DHEC says the dog may be from the area of 8th Street and Newbert Street. The dog is described as a tan pit bull mix with basset hound feet. It may be 1 or 2 years old. DHEC is trying to find the owner and anyone who may have come in contact with the dog. Now, if you think you or someone you know may have been exposed, please call the DHEC Greenville office. And the end of the year holiday season may not be so jolly for the White House. That's because a sweeping economic and climate package supported by President Biden still doesn't have enough support from the Democratic Party. John Lawrence has the latest from Washington.
President Biden's Build Back Better bill is dealt a battering blow.
This is a no on this legislation. I have tried everything I know to do.
The nearly $2 trillion package needs full support from the Democratic Party to get through the Senate. And Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia remains a holdout, saying he has concerns about various provisions in the legislation which passed through the House of Representatives last month.
They're just trying to make the adjustment for the time to fit the money, or the money to fit the time, not changing our approach, not targeting things we should be doing.
The president's bill, which was trimmed over the past few months, would boost the nation's deficit by $367 billion over the next decade.
This Build Back Better bill, I think, is an absolute disaster. They don't even know how they're going to implement the infrastructure bill.
Supporters of the bill are upset with Manchin's lack of support.
If he doesn't have the courage to do the right thing for the working families of West Virginia and America, let him vote no in front of the whole world.
All I want for Christmas is a senator that has compassion for the American people and not contempt.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Manchin informed the White House and Democratic leaders about his decision before going public with this announcement. According to two sources, the White House issued a statement Sunday saying Manchin's comments were, quote, at odds with his discussions this week with the president, with White House staff, and with his own public utterance. And for more on this story and others, be sure to check out the Fox Carolina News app. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10.